What's up, everybody? Coming at you with another motovlog today. This one is not really a topic other than a discussion. So I fully expect you guys to participate in the comments below. Today we are going to discuss Conor McGregor versus Khabib. I can't pronounce his last name. Everyone knows that fight's coming up. Everybody's been wanting that fight. It's coming up this Saturday, October 6th. It's UFC 229. That has been the topic that we have seen on YouTube, on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. That has been the biggest topic so far of fights this year. Everyone wants to see these two fight. So I'm interested to see what everyone thinks. Who do you got? What's your predictions? And how do you see the fight unfolding? I've got two different scenarios that I see happening in this fight, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that won't agree with me, but that's cool. That's why we can have discussions. But honestly, I think Conor has the upper hand if they stand up. He's got too deadly of a left. That man can just straight knock you retarded with one punch. I mean, he's got that kind of power in his left hand.
Actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
And Khabib has an amazing ground game. I mean, one of the best I've ever seen while being a fan of the UFC and the MMA sport. He will get you on the ground and pound you and punish you for however many rounds he has to do it until you tap or submit or get knocked out, or they stop the fight because you're almost getting knocked out. But the reason I say Conor has that left hand power is because my first scenario involves that left hand and the power it brings. I don't know if you guys watched Khabib fight Michael Johnson a while back. I can't remember which UFC it was. And I think Khabib was only 23-0, so that was 4 fights ago after this one. And in the first round, first couple minutes of the round, Michael Johnson caught him with a right.
A few moments later.
And it shook Khabib. Now he recovered well, of course, and ended up taking it to the ground for the first, second, third round, and just punished Michael Johnson on the ground. Michael Johnson had no answer for that whatsoever. What amazed me was that one hard right just stunned Khabib enough to make him rethink his whole strategy. He didn't want to stand up anymore. He wanted to take it to the ground. Now I understand that because that's a strength. Conor's strength is his stand-up striking game. So you know Conor's going to want to stand up and fight. I think Khabib is taking this so personal that he's going to try to prove to the world that he can do it. So I think he wants to punish Conor, but he wants to prove to Conor that he can stand up and take his punches, because Conor's questioning his chin all through this whole lead up to the fight. I mean, any of us can get knocked out at any given second, and these guys are professionals, but just that one, if you watch that fight, watch that one punch. It didn't seem like it was full power. It seemed like it just kind of clipped him, but it hurt him, and it got him dazed and confused. So my first scenario prediction is if they stand up and strike, if they go strike for strike, Conor's going to win this fight, and it'll probably be in the early rounds. Now, flip that and say that Khabib gets Conor to the ground and gets him in the cross position that he loves so much, then it's going to be Khabib all day, because it's hard to defend that. When he isolates one arm and exposes your face the way he does, there's really no defending that. The only way to defend it is not get in it. Oh, this thing sounds so good. So good. So now Conor's ground defense, his takedown defense, let me put it that way, his takedown defense is going to have to be, I'm talking, he's going to have to bring his elite A game to stay off the ground. I don't know if you guys have ever taken Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or taken any classes or maybe rolled with a few people. I've done it a few times in the past. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, that stuff right there, man, it's not about size, it's not about power, it is about position, angles, and technique. 100% technique. And Khabib has got the technique down so well that he's almost impossible to stop once he gets you on that. If he gets you in half guard, he's going to pass it flawlessly. I've never seen someone pass a half guard the way he does, with ease. I mean, it's just like the man has no joints in his hips. So yeah, if they go to the ground, Khabib is going to win this fight, and he'll win it in the early rounds because he's going to punish Conor. He's already said he's going to, and he will want to end it early because, I mean, let's face it, as a fighter, if you don't make it past the first round, that's the most insulting and embarrassing thing that you can experience as a professional. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Those are my two scenarios. If they stand up and it goes to strikes, I think it goes to Conor. If it goes to the ground, I think hands down it goes to Khabib, because those are the strengths of both fighters. What's going to be interesting to see is how each one of them is going to handle the personal feelings towards the other. They hate each other, or at least they're planning up, leading up to this fight, how much they hate each other. I've never seen Conor go after someone the way he's gone after Khabib. And he's been awful quiet leading up to this fight. I mean, he got mouthy in the press conference, which he always does. That's Conor. But usually he's talking mad trash about his opponents all the way up until the point. But then I watched an interview with him the other day, and he just seemed so focused and so ready to take on Khabib that it's like I don't know, it's almost like you could sense a killer instinct in him. And Khabib wants to pretty much embarrass him. That's what he wants to do. I think it's going to be a crazy fight. I hope it's going to be a longer fight. I hope it doesn't end real quick. I mean, every fighter wants to end the fight as quick as possible because it reduces the amount of damage that you can receive, which I understand that. I totally get it. You know, these guys do this for a living. I couldn't do it. There's no way I'd want to get in the octagon with some of these guys and take the beatings that they take just for the, you know, and they don't do it for the love of money. They do it to feed their families, of course, but they do it for the love of fighting. And I don't have that kind of love of fighting. I only fight if I have to. If I have to defend myself, my family, my kids, yeah, I'll fight you all day. I'll fight a grizzly bear. But if you were to say, hey, Killjoy, here's $1 million to get in the ring with, say, someone my size, okay, my size, Brock Lesnar. Hell no, I am not getting in the ring with Brock Lesnar. Are you crazy? That man will punch me in the face, right in the face. I mean, he would obliterate everything about my face. That man's fist is like that wide. Y'all lost your damn mind if you think $1 million, $10 million, no. It would take $1 billion to get me in the ring with Brock Lesnar. So anyway, you guys comment below. Tell me what you think. What's your predictions? How do you see this fight playing out? I think it's going to be a great one, just because the two have the hate they have for one another. And if you think I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. That's cool. I don't take nothing personal. These two guys are some of the purest fighters we've seen in the sport in a long time. I mean, good God, it's bumpy. A lot of people don't like Conor just because of his attitude and the way, how aggressive and arrogant he comes off to be, but I think that's Honestly, I think he plays to the persona before the fight. I think that's more of a psychological thing. Khabib seems like one of the purest and a little bit of a psycho. I mean, whoever sits there and beats the crap out of their opponents and talks to them while he's doing it, that to me is just, that's creepy crazy. So yeah, guys, comment below, let me know what you think. I think that's going to do it for today's video. So if you guys are new here and you like today's video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to give us a follow on our Instagram, the link will be in the pinned comment below. We always post stuff on the Instagram before we even post to YouTube most of the time. But as always, you guys have a great day. I'll catch you later. Killjoy out.
Aside from my soul.